Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since we've done a Kendra G reaction, but here we are. And she had a conversation with another one of those archetypes that we love to cover. Those middle-aged baby mothers usually have more than one baby father, usually far more delusional than they should be. We're gonna get into it. Made for a great archetype. These crazy delusional modern women think that men are gonna wait until marriage and they've already given 2 other men a baby. You can't make this shit up. Hit the subscribe button, also the notification bell. Let's not waste 1 minute.
My name is Marcella.
Marcella, where you calling me from?
I'm calling you from Maryland.
Maryland. How old are you?
I'm 40.
40. And what you do for a living?
I am a commercial underwriter.
Commercial underwriter. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have 2 kids, 17 and 22.
Oh, wow. Okay. Both by the same man?
No, 2 different fathers.
Okay. Have you ever
This
been
is
married?
this is my second time on. I just wanted to let you know.
Okay. Well, now your second time with me or second time within the app?
This is my first time within the app.
Okay. So when was you on the first time?
I believe it was about 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So what happened? Any updates?
No updates. I think it was via YouTube, and it was pretty late at night, so I only got most of the people that messaged me were from Africa, and I'm like,
Child, they trying hard to get to America, child. They trying hard.
All of a sudden, she's very, very critical of African men. She's got all these jokes. She wasn't saying that when she was dating a Nigerian.
yes,
Marcella, what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Have you ever been married?
No,
No. Okay. And you're a commercial underwriter.
yes.
So we got Marcella, Maryland, 40, Pisces, commercial underwriter, mom to 2, 17 and 22,
Yes.
by 2 different men.
Grown
Never
baby.
married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
So I just want to say this because I feel like I've been dating for about 3, 4 years, and I will say, in my observation, there are a lot of men who lean into their wounded masculine energy.
You just made that up.
No, I did not.
And I have worked on myself.
What the hell is even
inside. I work out, and so I'm very attracted to someone who is into fitness, who goes to therapy, someone who is mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically healthy.
It's hard to tell if she's even at her ideal weight, but from what I'm seeing, I don't think that she is. But let's continue.
Kind, generous, and someone who loves to travel and just have fun.
Bitches ain't shit.
This is something that we see so common in modern day black women. They put more emphasis on a man's ability to travel than his ability to be a good father, be stable, be consistent, have an investment plan, retirement plan, 401k, just all the important things that a man could have in line. Black women are only consumed with a man's willingness to go on a vacation with her. And it just speaks to how juvenile and childish our women are. Let's get back into it.
I don't want to say I'm looking for someone. I want to say that I'm placing myself in a position to attract a aligned man into my life.
You a liar.
Okay, we know what we looking for over here. No, not looking for. We know we want to attract over here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in your dating experience, how has it been going?
It has been interesting. I have observed, I've met some great men, but I want to say there's a lot of men who make a certain amount of money. They do want you to be readily available for them. And I have a life. And sometimes I cannot be readily available because I'm focusing on my journey and what I have to do.
Are you dumb?
Wait a second. Why would he care about what your personal journey is and not have you be available for him when his personal journey has to pay for the entire family? The only person whose journey is going to matter from a financial standpoint is his. So why does he have to consider yours? I think when you look back on this in time, if you ever wisen up, you'll see that you passed up on a guy you probably shouldn't have passed up on.
You were literally too stupid to insult.
Let's get back into it.
To put the effort and action into planning dates and courting. And so I'm very traditional when it comes to that. And I just block or move on to the next person.
Woo!
Because
Let's
I
move
don't
on.
like wasting. I don't like wasting my time.
Okay. So what are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers. Number one is smoking. No smoking at all. No weed. No nothing. Um, Someone who is complacent in where they are. I like someone who is ambitious and likes to continuously likes to grow.
Nice try, buddy.
Now that I've gotten a good gauge of how these hyenas are coming, they basically are saying, I need to be able to be in your ear about who you should be. And you need to be okay with that. You need to be okay with me not being okay with the man you are at certain times. That's what they're saying when they say that. Be careful when you hear this in the dating market, fellas. It's bullshit. And they're trying to force their way into having say and control in the relationship where they wouldn't otherwise have it. Let's get back into it.
Someone who is disrespectful.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Yes. I would like someone who is attractive, is very mindful of how they present themselves when it comes to fashion, when it comes to hygiene. Just someone who is presentable, someone who you can tell that they work out, and that's really it. I like a tall man.
A tall man.
Hmm.
Okay. What's tall to you? Over 6 feet?
Not over 6 feet, over 5'8".
Okay, 5'8". What about money? Should you make a certain amount of money?
Uh, let's say I do well for myself, and so I
Nobody
would
cares.
like someone who is on the same level
I
financially
bet you would.
or better.
Okay. Okay. If you made 70K, is that enough?
70K is a bit low. Let's say 80.
You don't qualify for 70, so you can't talk about 70 like that. Don't talk about 70K like it's something that you're above because you're beneath it. See, feminism played a cold game on you women by telling you that if you earned a certain amount of money, that your life would just magically change and certain things would become available to you, like certain kinds of men, and they lied to you. Like by you guys' argument, a woman with one eyeball hanging out of her skull and is 700 pounds with a gimp foot that's molded could pull any man she wants as long as she hits the lottery and has a lot of money. All of a sudden, guys won't notice the eye hanging. We won't care. We'll stop being as visual as we've always been, and we'll just deal with this shit because she's got money. Black men all over the country make jokes about how we know we would just use Oprah for money. We would never take her serious. You see how like all that wealth and all those books she wrote, all that money she's accumulated almost means nothing in regards to how men look at her from an attraction standpoint. If Oprah is in that boat, who the hell do you think you regular bitches are?
Nothing.
Let's get back into it.
90, 80, 90 the minimum. My girl's big baller shot. Carlos, let me tell you one
I
thing
know,
about the
I
women.
know, I know, I
They
know. A lot
got
of
the
women say.
money. Say again?
I know a lot of women say six figures, but I make six figures, so I would like someone who is on the same financial um, platform and more than I am.
No, absolutely. Here's the deal. And I've said this time and time again, and I released my first episode to my podcast, and I talked about this. Logically speaking, it makes sense. Like for any woman to want to date a man, especially if she makes a certain tax bracket, it makes logic sense. But the disconnect can be at times supply versus demand. And I hate the term high value, but I will say those men are in high demand.
Kendra, do you think that not saying high value somehow changes that men are the prize? Because you can not say high value. You can call them men whatever kind of men you want to call them, but they're still more desired than the best woman in the dating market, which I think by that calculation sort of makes men the prize, right?
So it's just like most of the women who make six figures always want to date a man that makes what they make or more. And in
Yeah.
your pool, sometimes they might not they're not saying the same. They're not saying I gotta be with a girl that makes six figures.
And I want to add something to that. If you ladies have never seen that, if you've never seen a guy walking around in the dating market saying, I need a woman to make six figures, why in the hell are you asserting that a man should want it? Why are you assuming that a man just wants to match up with his income? If you've never heard a guy say it anywhere in society, but all of you women are saying it, oh, you got to at least make my income or better. Guys don't care about that. Men don't care about what you make. We never will, because we know that at the end of the day, we're going to be paying the bills. We're going to have the majority of the financial load at the end of the day, regardless of who you are. You're not going to respect us unless we can pay it all. So why does it matter what you earn if what I earn is the only thing that matters in the entire equation? Even if we both start off kicking ass, you might get pregnant, and then eventually I'm going to be the only one working. If I get you pregnant, my belly didn't blow up. My feet don't hurt. I can still work, you see? So let's get back into it.
Recently kind of adjusted that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I have dated and did not put a salary requirement as a priority when attracting a man. So I've attracted a lot of different types of men, some who make 60, 70,000. The thing is, when we get into conversation or actually, start dating, it's a insecurity that comes out. And so I find that the men that I've now attract, date, and make six figures, they are more secure and confident in who they are as a man. And so it's kind of,
If the men that you're dating are so confident and secure themselves and so on and so forth, and you saw it and you identified it and you liked it and it made you feel tingly, why didn't you deal with this guy? Why didn't you secure them? Why didn't you secure an engagement? Why didn't they ask you to marry them? It isn't because you aren't marriageable. Maybe it's because they can find a woman who looks like you but has no children at all, or only one, with one guy instead of two, with two guys. I don't know.
yes.
Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
They said, did your baby daddies make six figures?
So my daughter's father, she's 22. We met in high school, and so of course he did not make six figures then. He does really well now. He makes about 80, 90K. And my son's father, I don't know what he does, and yeah.
Nobody cares that you and your baby father met young. The question was, did he make six figures? And he didn't, because he was a kid, because you guys were fooling around doing what you wasn't supposed to be doing. And he didn't have any money. He was spending his parents' money. So you were at the bottom when you had your first kid. You had zero money. You and the person who you had kids with has zero money. Doesn't matter what he has now. When you had the kid in illegitimate, ashy ass circumstances, right? And what Kendra is saying is, what do you think that the people watching are gonna think now that you're asking for basically the best guy in the dating market? And the men who you gave the best thing you can give up to a man, those men aren't as valuable as the guy you're now making this strong demand for. Let's get back into it.
I'm gonna say right here.
Mm-hmm.
You had two kids by men who did not meet your financial requirement, but now the next guy gotta meet your financial requirements. And do you want more kids?
Absolutely not.
No kids.
What a huge knock to your dating market value. Again, so you want a six-figure guy, and now he has to wait until marriage. You have two grown sons as well who have two different fathers, and it sounds like what the story is on the boys' fathers is very inconclusive. One seems like he's okay, then the other guy you don't even know anything about. You don't get to have babies in these sort of circumstances and then come back to the dating market and say, I want the tall guy who's got all the money and good and sound mental health and whatever. Don't smoke. You older women are losing with this don't smoke stuff. A lot of men smoke cigars. A lot of men are 420 friendly. You're already old in the dating market. You're just narrowing down your dating options with these stupid, dumb, fine comb standards.
That wouldn't even be an option. So that's what they're gonna say, child. They're gonna say this. That's what they say. What you got to say to that?
That's fine. So, of course, in high school, I mean, no one makes six figures. And, when you're in your lower 20s, that's when I met my son's father. I was, 19, 20? No one makes six figures. And so I'm 40 now. And so if someone who is 40 is not doing well financially or doing well within their career where they're able to grow, that's a red flag to me.
You being single at 40 isn't a red flag. See, you're looking at him where he's supposed to be valuable in the dating market and trying to demerit him because he hasn't succeeded quick enough. But he can look at you and do the same thing. You're a 40-something-year-old woman and you haven't obtained a successful marriage, but you got 2 babies by 2 different men. He could say the same thing about you in regards to what a woman is supposed to do to make herself valuable in the dating market. Who the hell are you supposed to be?
And I deserve everything that I desire.
Ooh wee. Ooh, goodness. You do not deserve anything. I can't believe you women just think you just deserve a good man. You will earn a good man. You'll figure out what a man's page is, learn how to read it, and learn that bitch verbatim, and then you'll get picked, and then whatever. You women are just out here acting like the best man in the dating market would be so lucky.
Don't smoke crack.
Okay.
Ooh, let's see this body. Okay. You
For some reason, I'm not
thick. Ooh,
moved.
you thick 'em, girl.
Hope you don't think that means anything in the regards of dating leverage because you got a big butt. Nobody cares. You know how many women that there are walking around in Miami and Atlanta, even in some of these local cities, some of these inner cities, Baltimore, St. Louis, Indiana, Chicago. There are thick women everywhere. You women think that this is real currency in the dating market? You think that this is something that's going to make a man want to come out of his wallet and he's more rare than other men? You're crazy. It'll make other men want to smash. And I bet you're getting a lot of those offers. But how many engagements are you getting?
Right?
Yeah.
When was your last relationship?
My last relationship was about 4 years ago.
4 years ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
4 years ago.
Oh wow, are you waiting for your next relationship?
Yes, if I'm not in a relationship, even when I'm in a relationship, I like to pour into myself and really focus on me.
Okay.
Ma'am, you got to be out of your mind. No guy is about to wait for a woman who's already given a baby to 2 different men. And then one sounds sketchy and doesn't even sound conclusive in any way. He's just up in the air. Nobody knows what he's about. You got 2 different illegitimate situations. And you think that a guy is going to just chill and wait and just think that now you've been a good girl all this time after 2 different children. And I don't believe that it's been 4 years since you slept with someone. I don't believe that, especially the willingness to show your ass off and a thirst trap. Maybe if you would have stood up and did the Kendra cam, just facing straight and leave a little bit of mystery to the viewers, maybe I would have thought that maybe that was possible. But nothing about you gives a woman who would be saving herself for marriage, especially your 2 big grown ass illegitimate children.
But it's not to a marriage, it's just relationship.
I will not give myself sexually to someone until, I'm in a committed relationship.
Of course you like that, real Kendra. You're both going to end up buying dogs and spend the rest of your lives by yourself. Cat food, chest, nursing home. Look forward to it. It's your future. Because you women who think that you make the rules up and think that you can muscle men around, men were holding out back in the day for women who were valuable, not you thirst trapping boobs out on IG. Kendra, even you, look at you. Look how you walk around. You're almost a 50-year-old woman. Your boobs are always smashed up in every shirt you wear. You're always thirst trapping. You're always showing everybody that you're still that insecure, dark-skinned little girl who doesn't feel as pretty as the light-skinned girls, and she can't stand it, and she hates herself. And it just glares. It's coming out of your pores with almost everything that you do, that you're completely insecure as a woman, and you take pride in watching these women say things that embolden your narrative and give validity to your narrative. Because nowadays, we know it's probably more likely that you're not going to end up with somebody than with somebody. To tell a woman that she should make men wait until marriage or wait until a relationship to be intimate with him, I think is crazy in a generation where these women are not the same women who were getting those deals where this type of stuff started. Those were women who wore dresses lower than the damn kneecap. These women, you never saw their titty cleavage line one time until you slept with them. These were a different kind of woman. You modern women trying to get the older traditional women's deal is not going to fly in the modern day. Hit the subscribe button, also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time we post content just like this. I'll see you guys on the next one.